Great culture.
You're live.
Ready? We're live?
Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
Started playing some drastically hip, and I was like, yeah, I gotta start my video now.
You have the right to do or not do whatever you want to do or don't want to do without any government coercion or prohibition until you interfere with somebody else. If you don't stand up for it, they'll continue to take it away from us. Your children will be a lot less free than we are, and we'll be a lot less free.
4:20, my alarm didn't go off. What happened?
But you were ready to spiel, I couldn't interrupt.
I was waiting for that thing to go. I was kind of keeping my eye on it, you know? All right.
Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
Good afternoon and welcome to the THC Show. My name is Glenn Wells, and this is where, with truth, we hope to effect change with cannabis. So today we have two great ladies to join us, Brittney and Julie. I can see them in the background. They're already there. We will bring them in about 4:19, 4:20 to smoke with them. We've got a bit of things to do first. First off, we're going to do this. Here it is. Let's see. All right. So 1 year ago today, we planted Neil or buried Neil into the ground. It was 1 year exactly today that we lost our friend and mentor of the cannabis substitution program and creator of the program and stuff like that. So I would just want to bring that up today and tell you that he'll never not be part of the show. I always have his memorial at the end of the month, at the end of the show, and sometimes we have some videos with him and stuff like that. So, just at 4:44, whenever you see 3 4s, I always say hi to Neil because apparently there's an angel on your shoulder. So today or any day, if you say 4:44, look up and say hi to Neil. It's been a year anyways. All right, so let's go back to me here. All right, there we go. So today we got Julie and Brittney joining us. I'm going to do a survivor video, and I've got a bit of an advertising video here for Cannabis Culture. So let's do that first. Share screen. Go here. Yes, it's this one. All right, and go in here. Did it work? Yes. There we go. Hold on a minute. It didn't work. All right. Hold on a minute. Oh, this is always fun when you're trying to do something like this, right? All right. So share screen. It's not. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. We got it. We got it. Oh, it didn't show there, eh? All right. Well, anyways, what's going on here? There you go. All right. And we're going to stop that. Okay. Back to the screen here. All right. All right. Okay. Now I got to get rid of that. All right. So, yeah, it's been 1 year. I just wanted to report the CSPs are all running good. We got Cannabis Day coming up. I may be doing a show from there. I may not. Sterling R. Wild will be coming in from Saskatoon to host the show. He's checking with Dan to make sure that we can do the show there at 4 o'clock on July the 1st. And I may have some stuff to give away from Cheap Dabs. So stay tuned to the show and we'll bring you more information about that. All right, so a lot of you know that I am a childhood sexual abuse survivor and that I am part of a documentary called Braving Healing. This is done by my lawyer that helped me win my case, Jeffrey Presler. I'm going to play a little video of his. And if you are interested in, we're here. If you're interested in talking to a lawyer about something that may have happened to you, then this is the man to talk to. All right, so let's do this. Dun, 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 dun. Share screen. There we go. This one here. Here we go.
When you initially contact our firm,
This isn't the call where you're going to be telling us about the most intimate details about your life. That is not what we expect from people. We just need to know things on a high level. The who, what, where, when, how, and why. Those are the real questions that we need to know. And then we need to know, how are you affected by this? I know that's obvious, okay, but we need to have some indication as to how you've been affected by it. We need to know that whether it was sexual or physical abuse. We need to know the perpetrator. We need to know when it happened. But we don't need to get into all the details. Okay, we keep it high level. But we do need to know what the nature of the claim is. So once we've determined what the nature of the claim is, then it goes to the next level, which is we will offer to assist you. If a lawyer like myself determines that we can assist you, we then enter into what is called a contingency fee agreement, which means that you don't pay us anything unless we win your case. And then after that point, you'll be scheduled to call with the lawyer who's handling your case. Could be me, likely will be me, but the demand for our services is significant and I can't handle every case, which is why we have other amazing lawyers that work directly with me and for me. And we then have an introductory call where we talk about your case. That call is generally about an hour, could be up to 2 hours long, because now we really need to start understanding what's happened in your life. Because the process is not just, oh, you hire a lawyer and they sue. That's not it at all. We have to then go back over your entire life and get all the records relating to your life. And that is significant. It could be, your academic file, all your clinical notes and records, from all your treating health practitioners, your employment files, your income tax returns, if you're on disability, if you're on workers' comp, there's all kinds of records that we need to obtain, your criminal file, your youth justice file, you name it. Getting all the materials takes time. Takes generally between 3 to 6 months just to get all the records, if that even occurs in that timeline. Some entities relating to our government takes even longer to produce records. The perpetrator may long be deceased. A lot of people think, well, does that mean I don't have a case? No, it doesn't mean that at all. We can still help you. We then look into the perpetrator. We see whether or not that perpetrator has been charged previously, whether there are other people that have come forward to accuse this person. And then once we've completed what's called documentary discovery, or our documentary investigation, we then formulate the lawsuit. And once we've formulated it, we then draft and issue the claim, and then the formal litigation commences. So once you've issued and served the claim, then the institutions will defend the claim. They then go out and hire their lawyers to fight us on the aspects of your claim.
All right. Yeah. And it took about 4 or 5 years for that to happen, get all that information and stuff. And I have signed an NDA, so I really can't talk about it too much. All I can say is I'm a survivor. This gentleman did win my case for me. So if you are a childhood sexual abuse a survivor and you want to talk to somebody, please reach out to them. All right. So I've got another video here, and this video is from the Cannabis Culture launch just a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks ago. And it's going to set up Brittney and Julie because they are part of the legal market. And this is Jody talking about fair cannabis, where it's going to be part of the legal market and the gray market working together to make the rights of patients a lot better. So we're going to do this video here. Let me bring this up. And then after that, we'll smoke and we'll bring the girls in and we'll talk. I'm at a disadvantage here, I want to first say, because these ladies are new to the Cannabis Culture page, and I really don't know them. Like most of the time, the guests that I have, I've had some experience with them. I've met Brittney, I've met Julie, but we're going to learn. I'm going to learn just as much from them as you are today. So this is something different for me. Anyways, okay, let's do this video. They're smiling in the background there. All right, share the screen. All right, let's see what video was I gonna do, Neil? Oh yeah, we're gonna find all right, there it is. Yeah, okay, this one here. Right, yes, okay. Here we go. And make it wide and play.
Hi, everybody. Is everybody hopefully hot? Yeah, I hope so, because I want you all to feel these awesome vibes. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Jody Ramsey. I have been here at Cannabis Culture with our amazing team. 21 years for myself, but this has 31 years of history. And many of you here today are from many years ago. People like Damon Larson and others who have been working since before I even smoked pot for the first time. You know, we have true legends who are also not with us anymore, like our dear marijuana man, Greg Williams, and so many others who have given their lives to legalization and have done everything they can to make a change. Because prohibition hurts people, stigma hurts people, this plant saves lives, and it's not right that it's restricted and stigmatized and that people are punished for it to this day. We have a lot to celebrate. It's legal. Yes, thank you very much. You're very welcome. Everybody who was involved. A lot of people marched in the streets. A lot of people showed up at 420. A lot of people ran for office and wrote members of parliament and wrote letters to newspaper and advocated in every way they could, putting themselves in danger, growing the plant when it was illegal and risky to do so because they knew that it was medicine in people's hands and they knew that it was enlightenment and peace for all people who use it. And those people took risks, and people who opened stores took risks, and people got arrested and went to jail, and they went to court, and they fought the government, dragging them to the nail to make sure that prohibition ends, and we made it happen in a flawed form, but we made it happen. And now we have a chance to make it better. Myself and many others, we were very disillusioned with legalization. We really took a step back, and we watched it unfold with hope that it would be better, but with fear that it would not. And for myself and many others, seeing the culture get lost, seeing it become so boring and bland and money-driven and greedy and all the opportunists moving in and everybody just taking advantage of this beautiful plant while the people who love it and live with it and care for it were pushed aside. And now we're back. They're still here. I personally started a legalization journey when I bought legal weed for the first time. It was at Avenue, and it was this gentleman here who helped me out. But I was trying my hardest to buy something that was craft or local or legit, not some factory farm corporate weed shipped in from another province. I wanted to support the legacy people who did what they could to go legal like they were told to do and who are struggling every day to survive. And I wanted to support them. And I accidentally bought a bag of tweed weed. I was kind of disappointed. The local people, the craft people, cannabis and whatever. But how do we help consumers find good cannabis? Not just good quality cannabis, because people do that without putting a brand on it every day. But how do we help people shop legally and ethically in a way that supports the farms who deserve it, supports the people who have gone through the hard work and need to stay alive and survive in this legal era? We're well into legalization, and there are good people out there doing great things, and we need to support them in the stores and in the farms and in the advocacy organization. Cannabis Culture's history was always about selling a product to fund change. And now we're here to launch legal cannabis sold in a Cannabis Culture bag. I should have it in my hand right now, but you can take a look around. But this bag is highlighting 3 incredible farms that we chose for our initial launch. You have Sweetgrass, Salt Spring Magi Cannabis, and Seastone Farms. And these are people who have done so much great work to make sure that they get good quality cannabis in the hands of people, and they're struggling to stay afloat against all of the forces against them. So let's help consumers find amazing cannabis. This is a 6-gram bag, 2 grams of each flower, so you can smell it like the old dispensary days, tell the difference between them all. And we're going to use part of the proceeds to support fair cannabis. Because what gave me hope again with legalization was seeing that some regulations were changing. Some changes were happening. Some people were having an impact. But it's hard for us to focus all that energy into some form of activism. We're not marching. We're not 420 rallying. How do you make an impact? Well, Fair Cannabis is a nonpartisan, one-stop shop activism resource hub. Whatever your issue is, there will be an action page for it. Taxes, medical, lounges, advertising, bags, go on and on. There is an issue for everyone. Banking, criminal records. Like me, I'd like to get rid of that someday. So we have things we can fix. And every day in the stores, people are saying, I care, I want to make a difference. These taxes are crazy, these packages are crazy. And everyone says, wow, contact your member of parliament. And then we carry on with their day because they've got lives to lead. But what if at every store there was a sign with a QR code or a website where you could tell them, quick, scan that. You can sign a petition on that issue you're talking about, and you can send an email to every member of parliament in the Senate in 2 minutes. I'll ring you up, go do that, let's make a difference. We can make legalization better together. I strongly believe that. The passion is there. Look at this community that's here today, old and new, and they care, and they want to make a difference. In Cannabis Culture, as a media group, as a magazine, as a news network, as a political hub, as a retail store, and a lounge, and on and on, we have a brand that is recognized worldwide. And we believe that making cannabis legalization fair, with fair and inclusive regulations, making sure we get rid of the stigma, making sure people support the good farms and stores that deserve it, we can have an impact, and we can make legalization something that we envisioned in our dreams. So thank you for coming out today, because this is the first launch. We're doing direct delivery. You can scan the QR code, you can get in touch with us. We're hoping to get into as many stores as possible to highlight the finest retailers who choose to focus on the farms that really need people to know who they are. And I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to get more organizations joining Fair Cannabis, whether it's a big one or a small one. You know, Cannabis Amnesty was an organization I founded, and Aurora Cannabis gave them $50,000 to do an awareness campaign, leading to a bill being passed in Parliament to provide pardons for simple possession. That became real because of corporate cannabis donating. Well, why don't we just get big corporate and everyone else to donate to the issues that matter, that do benefit us all, like getting rid of these insane taxes? We should have an industry that doesn't shun anyone and use our power for good. And another example of how selling weed can make an impact, Toba grown in Manitoba. For many years, the government said, you're not growing weed, even though it's legal. And Toba Grown sold weed in bags and donated $50,000 to a court case to drag the government to court to argue for the right to grow. And they didn't win the first time, and they tried to file an appeal, but then they got a great premier who was on board and said, let's just change this, and now they've changed the law. You can grow in Manitoba. And they did that by selling weed. And they keep selling weed and donating to charities and great causes like women's shelters and food banks. Why can't the cannabis industry do that? Why can't we take the power of all the great people doing incredible things and unite them and be a strong movement once again? I believe it can happen, and with 31 years of history behind us and hopefully many, many more to come, I hope to continue highlighting the finest people, the finest plants, the finest businesses and organizations who really believe in this and that we are connected to the cannabis plant, and they're never going to make it illegal again. We won that much, let's just make it better together.
Yeah. All right, it's 4:19, less than a minute to go. Hope you got your dabs ready. Hope you got your drinks ready, because we're going to get Julie and Brittney in here. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's bring them in.
Yeah, we're just doing it. We're doing
Yeah,
it.
we're just doing it.
Oh, okay. You can hear us. Hey-oh, what's up, y'all?
Good afternoon, ladies, and welcome to the THC Show. Thank you very much. I'm very honored to have you on the show today. And like I said, I don't really know too much about you, ladies. So the audience is going to learn about you guys, and so am I today. So first, the one in the red hat is Julie, and the one with the hair is Brittney. Because it's kind of hard, and they are with Roll With It Entertainment, and the name of their show is Roll With It, and it's new here on the Cannabis Culture page. Was it Wednesdays that you guys do your show? Thursdays. Carly Marley is on Wednesday. So every Thursday in the afternoon, is there a specific time?
No, we're actually typically pre-recording our episodes. So we've got guests coming in through the Pot TV studio. So we try and get it out early afternoon.
Ah, yes. Let's do something. Happy 420th.
Yeah,
All right.
say it's 420,
All
baby.
right,
Get
let's
your
do it. I got
joints,
some
grab your
orange.
weed, grab your snack.
I got some orange cookies hybrid here. Some shatter. Yeah, that's from these guys here. They are my sponsors for 420, so I don't have to smoke my medicine.
Well, we just got some flour from Terry, 210 timepieces. So he came in the
Nice.
studio and we talked a little bit about back in the day when he had, medical clinics and things like that, and
Yep.
210 and everything else. So it's just weird how everything's evolved, honestly.
Yeah, I know. We have a whole generation now of people who have been shopping at legal stores and stuff like that. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be fair here. This week and next week, we're doing the legal thing. I've got Matt from Sweet Leaf next week.
Very cool.
Yes. We saw his advertisement at the beginning of the show there in the promo there. So we're going to have him on next week. So, yeah, we're trying to keep it a little bit balanced. Well, a bit of the gray market, have a bit of the legal market. Now, Brittney, you are a legal bud tender, or were a legal bud tender, were you not? Did you not work in I think Jody mentioned something like that, or you worked?
Julie actually is a bud tender right now. She's
really?
rocking it at
Okay.
Quantum. Yeah, if you want to know anything about how to sell weed these days, Julie's your dude.
Well, I'm 60 years old. I've been selling weed since probably 1985.
That's fucking awesome, man. I started back home in my little town, was one of the 5 town dealers.
Yes.
And I've kind of just made my way over to the West Coast, and I was pleasantly surprised because obviously back home back in the day it was very hush hush. I'm meeting you in the field, whatever. And then when I moved here, it was a whole industry. Like I moved here in 2015, and it was like there were stores, and it was so interesting to me. And that's kind of when I started getting connected more, learning more about cannabis culture, everyone behind it, and just all the advocating that everyone's doing. And that to me was beautiful, just growing up in such a town where it was like, shh. But of course, everyone's taking shots and drinking all the time. But I smoke a little bit of weed, and it's a whole fucking thing. But yeah, no. So I came here and been in mostly like retail management, bud tending, and it's been such an honor just kind of watching, even in my short time, watching the evolution of cannabis kind of go from the legacy market into the recreational legal market. And there's a lot of bumps in the road, but I honestly think we need all of us to make this go around. And it's such an honor to be here with you and connecting more with people like Jody and even Dana Larson. And I think, we need everyone here.
I think we met actually at the Get Your Drugs Tested fundraiser. My team and I sponsored the Dab Bar at Dana Larson's event there at the old Cannabis Culture location.
I can show pictures of that.
Yeah. That was such a good time. It's just nice to keep meeting new people, and
and you had the Dab
I love the
with
people
you?
I've met, but sorry.
And you had the Dab Meister with you
The
too?
Dab Master. Oh my God.
Master, yes.
I'm gonna start calling him the Dab Meister. That's pretty good too.
No, that's trademarked. He is the Dab Master. We were there when he was dubbed the Dab Master at the festival, and he truly is. And yeah, we had a blast just helping and meeting people.
Do you know how he got that name?
Yeah.
Yes, I have the whole story. It was actually me and Alex. His name is Alex. It was me and Alex. We were at the Unicorn Festival, last summer, and we were just out for a little stroll in the morning, getting our morning coffee, saying hello, good morning. And this guy was walking the other way towards us, and then I was like, oh, good morning. And then he just like looks at Alex, and I'm guessing he hasn't slept at all, but he just looks at Alex and he's just like, the dab master, and then just like
You know, I was walking down the road with you for that.
you weren't. What? You were not.
We're gonna have to relive that moment. I remember it.
I don't
vividly.
remember you being there with us. You wish you were with Brock.
Must have been some good dab.
Yeah, it was. It was the good shit. I don't remember half the shit we do. No, you know what? It was, yeah, it's so cool because it's now his name and people have really caught on, and they, you know, but he's also set a really high bar for himself. So we're working hard to make sure that we're, you know, executing really clean, sanitary, safe, calculated, and educational dab bars if deemed, you know, the event. Sometimes you're just there for fun, but a lot of times we have people come that have never taken a dab. So you want to have that time to figure out what size and what flavor profiles they're looking for, what experience they're looking for. So yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, I popped a few cherries through the years, you know.
Me and you both, brother.
Dabbers, yeah. But yeah, and then I had my very first legal dab with the dab, my Meister. What I call him Meister for some reason. I don't know why. But I had my very first legal dab with him. Yes. I thought maybe he got the name because he did a lot of dabs or something like that. I have a YouTube video where I do 26 dabs in an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. And I don't.
That's a good idea.
And I don't green out or anything. So, but that was many moons ago. I can still do it. I got some good lungs, but I don't know if I can still do the 26. So what I was doing was I was doing a thing called a dabathon. And what I would do is you come on and you tell me what I tell you what I had to dab. You tell me what I do. And then we would start a timer for 5 minutes. If somebody came on and commented that they wanted me to do another dab, I would do that. So it ran for an hour and 15 minutes till the 5 minutes ran out. Then we ended the video. I ended up doing 26 dabs.
Damn. That's challenge accepted, man.
You really? Maybe I'll come down to the studio. We can do this.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Well, I've got a 300th show coming up in 10 shows. So in about 10 weeks, we'll be doing the 300th show.
Wow.
So maybe we can arrange something like that. We'll get all it together. We'll maybe have some people in on StreamYard that's been on the show. We'll come into the studio and we'll do something like that.
I was going to say, you, us, Carly, Jeremiah, we'll just all dabathon, baby.
Yeah.
Get your lungs ready, y'all. I'm sure you're watching, so get ready.
All right. We have to check with Carly and Jeremiah. They'll come on from the island for that. But yeah, that'd be great. That would be an awesome show to do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We would throw some doobies in there too.
Yeah, just to break up the dabs to help.
Yeah, just to break up the dabs.
Yeah, take a break with the doobie in between each dab. That sounds messy.
All right.
We got couches up here. We've got couches.
Yeah. All right. So Brittney, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did Julie find you and bring you into this this video making thing, or did you originally do that and say, hey Julie, let's do this?
You know what,
we both kind of were coming on here separately to explore what the potential could be, and then we realized, I think there's something here. I think that we complement each other and challenge each other, and I think that there's something special that we could do that's a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more silly, still packed full of education and advocacy work and everything else we're still really passionate about, and just really build a following of consumers and industry and find a way to synchronize with our events to bring all those people together. So
what kind of guests are you going to have on the show?
We've had...
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few so far. So we pre-record our episodes. And so we've had Ramo, we've had Tyler Atkins, who does the North Shore Cannabis Expo every year in Lonsdale Key. We've had Jordan, who's the BC territory rep for Canara, some phenomenal brands, Tribal, Nugs. We just had Terry from 210 Timepieces. So that was really interesting. We've had Jody. Oh my gosh, who am I forgetting? We
just did Carol.
Oh
yeah, did Carol? I just saw that one too. Yeah.
Wait, no, okay. Sorry, I'm excited right now. Hold up. Sorry, I get excited. But we also got to do a little glass blowing. I've never really done that, but we did that with Skullfish, Braden Hammond, and I got to pull some glass, y'all.
I got this from Gibby.
Oh, the mustache.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Gibby.
Yeah, no, it's been really awesome, man. We have been connecting with all sorts of people, and we don't want to stop there.
Wait till you meet the community. It is so awesome. I've been part of it for a while now, so it's good to have new people in the community too. It's nice to see you ladies coming up and being part of the legal side and still educating people. Are you just going to have legal people on your show? Or are you going to have other people? Are you going to keep it balanced?
We had Chronosaur Organics on there. We've had Astrolab, so we go back and forth. I think if there's value and what they're sharing is something that we would stand behind and we want them to share, I think we want to be an open platform. But that being said, we do want to really support and be involved in a lot of regulatory and advocacy work still, because I want to see, and we want to see, everybody wants to see the legal industry better. So I do want to make a lot of room for that and a lot of room for those types of discussions as well. Just because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love being silly and all that, but I think
it's okay. We're serious and silly here, right?
We do need to water the grass that we have and nurture that and see where we can go with that.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to go and visit the CSP van yet? The one that we talk about here at Maine and Cordova. This is where we have low barrier access to the people that live on the downtown east side in order to avoid opioid overdoses. We have 280 people that we give 420 milligrams for free every 4 days, and they are now off their hard drugs and just using cannabis.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you.
Well, that's Neil. Neil started that, and now his son is still running it. I still help them. We still have they're part of the shows and stuff like that. We've got a cannabis substitution program in Langley, Newton, Surrey, Nova Scotia, Mission, and Vancouver.
Wow.
And all those
is there a website or something people can check out?
Well, I'll send you the link to the Serious Hope page. We have to keep it private because there's people that didn't like us and they had our cannabis substitution page shut down already. So we've got a different one now, but that we keep it private. But I could also come down and bring you down there and we could sit in the van and maybe you girls could serve a couple of people and see the smiles that you get. Yes, it is.
I'd love that.
No problem. That's an easy thing to do. We'll set it up for sometime in August or something like that, because I'm about to hit the road and go to Niagara Falls and do a show from there.
Let's go, baby!
At the Cannabis Culture shop.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. They have such good views of the falls.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a good view of the falls there?
Oh man, I would love to smoke a joint by Niagara Falls.
Well,
I checked it off my bucket list, but I haven't smoked a joint and enjoyed the strip where all the lights and restaurants and rides and stuff.
I've never been there, so.
So when I was when my daughter was 5, I took her there. We went on the boat. We went down to the ferry and to the water and everything else like that. But now she's 13 and she's asked to do this drive across Canada trip one more time. So July the 2nd, we're going to be leaving Mission, British Columbia, and we're driving right across Canada to Toronto and then out to Niagara Falls, and then we'll be coming back 5 days later. So, and we'll be stopping. We got some stops to make with some important people and stuff like that. But the first show will be from the Cannabis Culture store, the new one in Niagara Falls.
That's awesome. Well, I wish you safe travels for sure, and we'll be following. So post lots of good content.
Yeah, I'm like when she was 5, I got pictures of her at each province, like welcome to Alberta, welcome to Saskatchewan. So I'm going to do it again now that she's 8 years older, right? So, and she remembers this place in Ontario. Excuse me, I'm outside. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a place in Ontario called French River, and they have a teepee in their parking lot. And this 13-year-old girl remembers that memory from when she was 5, and she said, "Dad, can we go to that place that has a teepee in it? Right? It's in the middle of nowhere. It's just a trading post." But she bought this panda, a stuffed panda that she's holding in the picture, and she wants to go back there. So it'll be more of a core memory now. So it'll be a nice trip to have my daughter in the car for 2 weeks and traveling across Canada and meeting our friends and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. I guess happy belated Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. Well, we've got a lot of people that open up our houses to us. They offer us a place to stay and stuff like that. So it's really nice to be able to do a show like this and have people offer a place to stay. I've got one in Calgary now, one in Saskatchewan, one in Winnipeg, and one in Sault Ste. Marie. So
all the postal codes.
Yeah, it's almost there.
I love it.
All right.
That's so fun.
What are your hopes for your show?
You want to go? Of course I do. I'm always ready to go.
What's your hopes? What are my hopes? Honestly, man, I think for me, it's finding my voice. I've always been quite a little goofy character, and I've always kind of posted online at different stores I've worked at. And for me, just finding my voice and my confidence in this industry and building a career out of, well, not a career, but it's just been such a ride for me and such a different approach to the plant. And it's just different, and it's something that's challenging me. I think it's it's really good for me, just personal growth in general with this whole thing. And honestly, the more that we put ourselves out there, the more connections we're making from the East Coast, from down in California. And it's about connection and just getting the story out for the plant, because like I've said in a lot of episodes or just different podcasts, I feel like a lot of that community and medicinal aspect really got lost with legalization. And I want to be able to dabble in both worlds and bring us all together. And that's not going to happen unless we all work together. So this for me is a great platform to come on here, say what I need to say, and also, just be a little goofy as well. So I get the best of both worlds. And I just think for me, all of this comes down to just a personal journey and making connections and networking and just finding myself. Yeah.
Yeah. I think just also connecting with the international markets as well. Like online is the way to do it. So let's not waste this gift. And obviously we just want to help bring the pop block back to life, like Amsterdam Cafe, Cannabis Culture. There's so much history, so many stories to share. And we have had a lot of great times working with strictly legal industry, but we realize there's some gaps there, especially when it comes to the history and the fight and pain that went into getting to where we are. So we got to find new ways to tell that story, and I think engage with some of these younger generations as well.
Julie, when you were one of those 5 people in town, did you ever get busted? Do you have a criminal record?
You know what? I don't think legally I can comment on that.
I can. I've got a long sweet acid.
Where's the management team right now?
Yeah.
Well, it's all right, because
you know what?
I was going to say, the people who have criminal records because of it, like Dawn, like myself, and stuff like that, have helped to make the legalization what it is today.
I really applaud you guys for that, because honestly, I said it last night when we were hanging out with John Burfello. I'm just such a little guppy next to you, G's. And it humbles me when I am in the same room as a lot of you, because I'm like, you know what? Your life was not that bad, Cranbrook. You got to sell a little bit of weed and you got away with it. Like, look at the actual bigger picture. So fortunately, I have not, but it's been close calls. I've maybe I shouldn't comment, but no, I haven't been caught.
So that's why you're a little quiet around us, and because you're a little bit in awe, I guess. Well, I've noticed it. Yeah, Brittney's a little bit more talkative, but you're a little bit quieter. So it's nice to see you speaking out here today on the show and stuff like that, and getting to know who you are.
Yeah, no, I think for me, again, it comes down to I'm just still learning. She's always really inspired me in this industry because she's always been so outspoken and well put together. And again, I'm finding myself in that sense. And you're a few years older than me, but you're wiser by like 10, 15 years. And again, it's just I am finding my voice because I've always been the goofy one in this industry. So I think a lot of people, I don't want to say haven't taken me seriously, but it's not until the past few years I've kind of started finding my voice and wanting to put boundaries up and wanting to actually have a voice that's not just like, hey yo, and so
once you have that audience, it's like, now what do you really want to do with it? Because it's fun to do that, but you really
take your
start to get
time.
deep
Don't
in your
rush.
thoughts.
Don't rush it.
What do you want to put out in the world?
I find just being honest with people, and sometimes, like, I made a mistake today with a video and stuff. Like, sometimes people just like seeing that because they know that you're human, right? It's sort of the thing. I was going to say, Julie, how did you start using cannabis? Was it a health reason? Was there an addiction that you might be? Then I'm going to ask Brittney too, because I always ask my guests how they started using cannabis and what they use it for today.
Yeah, no, honestly, it was my cousin who doesn't smoke anymore. But we kind of always joke about that. But I remember, I think she was 14, I was around 15, and I was such a little, I don't know, like a snob almost prior to that. Like, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything. I was always judging my friends. And then my cousin was like, again, I think what I said about my mom today, you out of everyone need to smoke a little bit of weed. Because like you need to just like, and we snuck out of her house and she lived in the outskirts of town back home. So we like went into the bush and got high. And it was the first time I told her, I was like, I just feel like I'm high, but I just feel normal. Like all of my thoughts just started slowing down. And it was really nice. But I'll be completely honest with all of you, like everyone watching and you guys, it really was just super recreational for me. I think coming from such a small town, there's not much to do. And so like we're either drinking or we're smoking a lot of weed. And unfortunately, that's kind of how it always was. So I think for me, the medicinal part didn't really actually start coming in until I moved to Vancouver, when I could go into these stores and learn from these people that have been around for years and why this is helping me or why I feel more calm. But prior to that, it was honestly just like, let's just go get baked because I don't want to be in math class.
Brittney, what about you? How did you start using cannabis, and what brought you into the world?
What brought me into the world?
Well, in the cannabis world, cannabis community. No.
When a mom and dad
your mom did that, Brittney. Your mom did that. I know that. No. I meant cannabis world, cannabis community, whatever. Yeah.
I'm from Vancouver Island, so immediately there's a beautiful culture and community and following there, which actually is very different from Vancouver. But a huge one. It's like a currency over there, you know what I mean? It's just like everybody sessions with everyone of all ages, and it was just so normal to have steady friendships and interactions and communication. So when I first time I smoked weed was like just a couple boys from high school in a basement, like standard, just was trying to be cool, got really baked. And then the experience I had after that, though, just completely took me away from whatever purpose I was there for. We won't go into details. But what I felt was just like, for the first time in my life, like Julie said, like I just felt normal. I felt like I was sitting in a chair that I belonged in for once, and I felt like any weird concept or feeling or idea that I had would be understood, and I was around people that were kind of on that same wavelength, and that completely changed my life. Like right after that, I pretty much left home, dropped out of high school, and was like fully encompassed with weed for a few years. So it was pretty crazy, actually, the impression the first hit made on me. So that's my
that's
PG
your story,
story.
and you're sticking to it.
We'll tell you our real stories later.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got somebody trying to sell people weed here in the comments. So I'm just deleting their comment and blocking them. So while I was
Get
talking to you,
out of here.
yeah, I got
Listen, we're not allowed to do that.
Salvador
DM
Tackham,
me.
Mindy
Salvador.
Ann.
I'll call you out, Salvador. You can't be
Well,
doing that.
he's gone now. I blocked him. And I've deleted all the 5 or 6 comments he was leaving there.
The comments you get doing this is insane.
I know it is, isn't
Some
it?
people are just out to lunch, and I'm like, whatever you're smoking, share, man. Like,
all right. So I want to give you guys props on what you've done to the studio. Is your camera movable that you could show you guys what you've actually done to the Cannabis Culture studio? Because you've made it so pretty.
Yeah, you want to take them on a little tour?
is there anything
Sure,
we need to
let's do
hide?
that.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
show
I'm
them
like, oh my god. Okay, wait.
you ladies worked hard at this, so you need to be, commended for this, right? And
Yes.
show the world. Yeah. Well, look
So
what
we
they've
came
done.
in here, we filled some holes, we painted, we even gave the table a fresh coat of paint because Jeremiah really loves this table. A lot of stuff's happened at this table.
Oh,
so
lots.
It's still here. Put a little couch back there. We've got some lighting in here.
Nice.
Carly Marley and Jeremiah come here quite often, so it's really cool. Every time somebody visits, it's like we just add. We're like, oh, we need a fan. Oh, we need an extra light. Oh, we need to
Ask Carly if we get a fridge.
Yeah, let's ask Carly. We need a mini fridge. Whoever wants to sponsor Pot TV.
Yeah, we can stock it with some cannabis drinks.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah,
we
definitely could.
That would be great.
A nice little glass collection here. So if you ever come visit, these are all little trinkets that we have found just cleaning up the spaces. So we're just putting a nice little collection in there, give it a little artsy vibe.
There was a few in there when Neil and I were doing the show in there when we first started.
Yeah, we had to clean all of them. They were disgusting.
Oh, they probably were.
It was. Anyway, nice little lounge here. So if people are coming to hang out, or you've got a bunch of people, or we're doing an event, we need a space to hide. Exactly, like it's just
the green room. Yes.
Look at this beautiful picture of Jody.
Oh, that is an awesome picture. So many people.
Here.
Greg Williams used to sit in that room.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Carly.
There's Carly. Yeah.
I found this art around, so I don't know the story behind most of these pieces, but I would love to.
You guys have done a great
job. Let me know.
Yeah. Now,
and then we do have the electrical room, but we're still working on that, guys. So we'll save that for another time.
Now, the public's not allowed in there, but they can view that room from a window that's in the high score lounge, right?
Yes. So right behind us, now we're sitting at this end.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, because we don't want the public saying, hey, I want to come in and look, right? So, but yeah, there's a nice window there where you guys can look from the high score lounge and see the excellent work that Julie and Brittney have done in the studio there. Kudos to you guys. Thanks very much for doing that. That is awesome. Can't wait to be in there to do a show. Do that 300th show. And we could do a video show too, in case Jeremiah and Carly can't be here on a Tuesday or something like that. But we'll see. We'll work that out. Let's do that for the 300th show. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Have lots of smoke and lots of smoke and a few people. And also, I want to offer the StreamYard to you too, ladies. If you ever want to bring in somebody from California like we're doing today, this is all we have to do. I'll give you you just let me know when you log in. I'll give you the code. And once you've logged in, you can use StreamYard as much as you want.
Let's go, baby. Love it. Let's have some fun.
And you can do recordings on StreamYard too and have it go out on the time that you do your show also. So it doesn't always have to be live, right? So you can bring the people. You send them a link. That you do your show while you're recording it, and then you can send it out later on. So it's pretty good. I like it.
Perfect.
It was $800 for the year, but it's really worth it because you can have anybody from anywhere. I had some guy from where was he? In Indonesia or something like that. He was doing some skateboard thing, but yeah, he was like just StreamYard him in, and it was perfect. It was actually the next day there.
Love it.
All right, well, we're at the 4:50 mark. I got to wrap it up. I want to thank you, ladies, for being on the show. Let everybody know Thursdays in the afternoon sometime, right?
Yes. And stoner time.
Stoner time, baby. And yeah, you can give us.
Well, check us out on Instagram too, because we post lots of mini clips. So if you're not a podcast person, but you're just curious who's coming through and what are hot trends coming through, you can check out our Instagram, and we post little snippets from our interviews as well.
There you go.
Roll with it. Entertainment.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cannabis clean.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies. I will talk to you soon. You have a great afternoon, and we'll be out sharing your show whenever I see it.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Catch you later, Glenn.
Guys. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wasn't that great, man? Julie and Brittney. Wow, very nice. So make sure you check them out Thursday afternoons on the Cannabis Culture page, Pot TV on YouTube also. All right, so let's go and do a Neil Magnuson memorial video. And then I will be back.
Oh, well. Welcome to the THC Show with Neil. THC stands for Truth, Hope, and Change, and we're going to hope to cover all the different latest news and stuff to do in the cannabis world, and do it in a way that gives you some hope and maybe provides some opportunity for change.
You guys want some free weed? Oh, let's get this underway then.
There, you're live.
Ready? We're live?
You're live.
All right. Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
It looks like some pretty nice stuff here, Neil.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the plants?
Yes, I just saw the plants. Beautiful.
Plants are awesome.
The laws against cannabis are very destructive, and they fly right in the face of what it means to be a Canadian and what it means to be in a free country. If you're not free to grow a plant and use a plant for your arthritis, pain, or to feel good or whatever you want, you're not free.
There is so much oppression of our great culture here. There is so much hypocrisy and corruption in this world we're living in. And we're still going to fight hard to get what we deserve. You deserve the right to do or not do whatever you want to do or don't want to do without any government coercion or prohibition until you interfere with somebody else. If you don't stand up for it, they'll continue to take it away from us. Your children will be a lot less free than we are, and we'll be a lot less free.
Hey, it's 4:20. My alarm didn't go off. What happened?
When you were in your spiel, I couldn't interrupt.
I was waiting for that thing to go. I was kind of keeping my eye on it, you know? All right, wow.
We really are making an impact in this community and offsetting the use of opioids. I thank everybody that's been involved and helped us get here, and we're really looking forward to another great year.
I can't thank enough all the people that helped me do this. I thank you, the viewer, for watching. It's really been great to have you along. I hope that we're able to make a difference in your life and maybe make a difference in the world somewhere. And I want you all to have as much fun as you can changing the world. From myself, Neil Magnuson, Pot TV, and the THC Show, have as much fun as you can changing the world.
So, I'm a bit of a patriot. I love my country. I hate my government. I'm scared shitless of those people. They are corrupt as could be, and they can make our lives miserable, but I love Canadians. So when it was time to help out with these pot rallies that I've been going to for 5 years, one of the first things that came to my mind is, well, we got to have a proper anthem. We need to have something that's thought-provoking, that's respectful, that's not stupid, that helps to teach people about what we're doing here. So I wrote my version of O Cannabis. So without any further ado, if you know the words, give me a hand. If you don't, that's fine. I'll sing them for you. O Cannabis.
Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep us staff from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you. Let's get you some marijuana.
Peace, buddy. I miss you. Anyways, I want to thank Julie and Brittney again for joining the show today. They were excellent, and I learned a lot about them, and I look forward to meeting them again and doing the 300 show with them. So, also, I haven't heard anybody back yet, so maybe next week I'll announce, but we might be doing a show from the Cannabis Day events at the Art Gallery in Vancouver. It would only be a half an hour show that day because we're going to be at an event. So we'd run it from 4 to 4:30. We're just waiting confirmation to see if we can get that time to do it. I will have some live resin and hash samples to give away from Cheap Dabs. So if you tell your friends, come on down to the Art Gallery. I think we're starting at noon. I do believe that's what time it's going to be starting. And there's going to be a few bands and some speakers and stuff like that. So come and check me out. Tell your friends, come on down. If you've got nothing else to do, it's a holiday. It's a Tuesday, and hopefully we'll have the show there that day too. Again, Sterling R. Wild from Saskatoon will be hosting Cannabis Day this year. He did do it last year. Also, hopefully we have the big crowd that we brought in at 420. And so tell your friends, come on down. You know, if you've got nothing else to do on a Canada Day, then come on and join us for Cannabis Day. All right, I'm going to wrap up the show right now. We're at 58 minutes, so just want to thank everybody for watching and thank my guests today. We have Matt from Sweet Leaf coming up next week. Maybe I may have some of his bud to smoke. We'll see. I'll reach out to him sometime this week and see if he's still willing to be on the show. Thank you to all the people who donate to the cannabis substitution programs and keep saving lives with cannabis, because we all know cannabis saves lives. All right. Have a great day. Go out and do something nice for someone today. They might just do something nice for someone else, or we'll have a much better world to live in. And as Neil Magnuson just said, have as much fun as you can changing the world. We'll see you all next Tuesday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Take care and make sure you give a hug to your loved ones.